Welcome to the Off X podcast brought to you by Drip Daily. My name is Aaron King, and I have a special guest, a brother of mine, a friend, if you will, or really a brother. My brother Kjahn is here. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for coming, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it very much.
Yeah,
you guys doing your thing over here.
Thank you, man. Thank you for pulling up, man. You have a project called Preacher's Circle.
Yes, sir.
EP.
Yes, sir.
I'm very proud of you. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we've known each other for a few years, bro.
It's been 10 plus.
It's been 10 plus.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
time
saying?
fly, you know.
Yeah, for real, time does fly, man.
It's been 10 plus for sure.
And I've seen you come into your own as an artist at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very proud of you, man. What was the inspiration for the Preacher's Circle?
Truth be told, I started off. I made 2 tracks kind of separately. But in the same vein, kind of, and that was Getting Old and Pray, which they're not out yet. They weren't singles, but you heard them.
Right.
And those were the 2 that I started with. And sometimes I don't necessarily go into a project with like everything written on like a whiteboard with art. You know, sometimes I'm just kind of making songs, and then the songs have a concept that are cohesive or similar, right? Yeah. So after that, essentially, I kind of, I'm kind of getting the idea of where I'm going, what I'm trying to do, and then we started forming songs with a little bit more intention, So like the next 4 songs, and actually, Crime Pays, which is a single off there, with Mafi D from Seattle. Shout out Mafi D. Yeah. That kind of happened spur of the moment as well. So those 3 songs all happened. And then we kind of rounded it out, you know? And I've been working on a lot of other music simultaneously, so I just knew those kind of had a home together.
For sure. I started the project, the first song, actually the first single was, again, what was it, the first single?
Crime Pays was the first
Crime Pays was the first single.
Yeah.
Problems was the first song on the album.
Yes.
Right? And I heard the soundbite for the album, when in the will of God, your time will come. Mm-hmm. And that resonates with me. You know how I feel about God. You know what I'm saying? I have a very strong relationship with God. I have a very strong spirituality. So a lot of the whole project really resonates with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? So what does that mean to you? Like,
yeah, I mean, I feel like I have my own personal relationship with God. It feels strong in my home and in my heart, right? I'm not always at church, so I wouldn't say I'm like the most religious person or that I'm necessarily preaching. I don't want it to seem preachy, even though it's called Preacher's Circle.
Right.
Preacher's Circle, if I'm kind of veer off, just like the title itself was mainly like about being an MC and being an artist, right? And like there's a preaching in that world that I feel like I was kind of trying to represent with the title, where you're speaking sometimes. Like I feel like a lot of times we go to music for therapy, and we go to music for all these different things that we can't. Sometimes you can't talk to a friend, but you can play a song that resonates with how you're feeling, right? Or not that you can't, but you may be too insecure or whatever it is, right? We're human, right? So it's like music has a space for me where I can go there and kind of get those sermons from other people, and so that's how I felt when we came with the title.
Right. Are you the preacher?
In this case I am, but not on the not on from the sound.
I'm not saying you're being preachy, but like what I'm saying.
Yeah. I would think I'm in the Preacher Circle among other MCs who do what I feel like we do the best.
And this project is produced entirely by Streets.
Yes, sir.
And Streets is kicking ass.
Shout out Streets, man.
Yeah, shout out Streets. He's kicking ass with the beats right now.
Forever shout out Streets.
How did you and Streets get connected?
Well, we're North End babies, North Seattle. You know what I mean?
I've known him for a long time.
I've known Streets for a long time. Now we weren't always locked in doing music and even kicking it. That was kind of mainly after high school. We had done a couple songs and
Streets went to high school together.
I went to a bunch of high schools. Okay. I was moving around. Streets went to Nathan Hale. Okay. And so I knew, but I met him before because he also went to Roosevelt. He went to Roosevelt, then he went to Nathan Hale. But I met him before at Roosevelt my freshman year. and then I moved around a bunch, and I was making music and he was producing, but we were kicking it in like separate groups, right? And so I would just hit bro like, yo, you got any beats? Like I heard you make fire beats, right? And he was like, yeah, like we knew each other. Like, you know, we had a class together or whatever. And then fast forward through high school, right? Like I think at that point I had been like focused on the music pretty much all throughout high school. Maybe not like as focused as I am now, obviously, but like I knew I wanted to do music.
Right.
And Streets was still making beats, and he actually was doing some work with you guys, Sam from Drip Daily, and all them, and a different, a different collective with like Malcolm Rebel, and all of them from Strong Family. And so Streets was producing a lot of music for them at the time. And so I was hitting the streets about beats, and then after that kind of people get older and move apart. Me and Streets have been making music ever since, because we were kind of in the we're 19, 20, whatever, just kind of 18, like focused on music. And like we have a likeness where like we are both kind of isolated in the house, different personalities, but like we just care about the music and like doing our shit, And
you guys work very well together. You feel me? Like I can hear the camaraderie, you know what I'm saying, the cohesiveness between the both of you.
Right.
Who chose the sound? Did you guys choose the sound bites together?
I chose all the sound bites.
Okay, that shit's fire.
Yeah,
I chose all the sound bites to me were hella fire. Okay.
Usually, if it's not like a texture in a track, like Streets will pick like a texture in a track, like on the Enough song. There's like some cheers in the beat.
Yeah.
That's a Streets thing. That's like a building kind
of. That's
how
when he's making the beats.
Right.
It's his little sauce that he's throwing in there.
But most of the sound bites, I'm a movie and like little clip, like even not to go back to a different project, but last year the Road to WrestleMania, probably like all those sound bites were sound bites that I went and found.
That Road to WrestleMania, you had some shit on that motherfucker.
Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
Mafi D, Crime Pays. Shout out to Mafi D.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Central District.
Come on. I was surprised to see you guys working together. That shit kind of made me feel great. You know what I'm saying? Like a nigga from the CD, and you're not from the CD, but to see you guys like working together, and that nigga's rapping his ass off right now on a few that you guys have 2 tracks together.
Yeah, we have 3, but one of them is his. It'll be on something of his.
Both of those, he's rapping his ass.
He's going crazy.
Yeah, he's going super crazy.
He went crazy on Crime Page for real.
How did that connection between you guys start?
Well, first and foremost, like I'm always up and down the city. You know what I mean? Like I'm fully Seattle all the way, right?
So like pretty much a Seattle nomad, nigga.
Yeah, exactly. So like that's first thing. Yeah. Second thing, the nigga, I gotta shout out low-key Kurt. He stay in the mix, and so him and Mafia are close, as well as him and Ralphie Davis, and a lot of producers that he's tied me in with. So like, I want to say part of that was a connection there that Kurt made. I can't fully remember, but like then we linked up.
How long ago was the link?
Probably like a year or 2.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah, something like that. But it might have even just been like, maybe a year and a half ago or something. Like, it hasn't been super long, but I think we just appreciate like what we do musically, and I appreciate that like he's been willing to step into my world and kind of just like, I think that's where he gets to display his bars, right? Like I think he's a better MC than he gets to show, right? Because
bro, that nigga's nice,
like he's not always making songs that are on a not necessarily boom bap beat, but you know what I mean, with the more classic hip hop feel.
When he gets a chance to show it, you know what I'm saying, especially with an artist like you, that's really
he shines for sure. So shout out to Mafia. I appreciate all the music we've been doing.
Mafia,
he's going crazy
right now, bro. You kicking ass.
He's going crazy.
This is like really the most polished I've ever heard you.
Thank you.
To be honest with you, the hooks are crisp.
The
bars are you have really something to say. So I'm really appreciative of you doing what you're doing right now. You have a song on there. Of course, I've heard the album. You have a song on there called "Growing Old," and then you have
Getting Old. Sorry,
Getting Old. I'm getting old. I'm sorry. Yeah, Getting Old. You have a soundbite in there, and I don't remember the exact soundbite, but it's something like, if God would have given you everything that you wanted right now, I'll be honest with you. If God gave me everything I wanted right now, I would have fucked it off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
so like
not verbatim, but to
no,
wrap up
yeah,
the
no,
quote,
yeah.
it's pretty much just
pretty
like
much
if I would have got everything I wanted at a young age, I probably would have squandered it all. Right.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
How do you feel about like how does that go into the project? Like, what was the message for that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole project is about like just holding faith in that you're doing the right thing,
Right.
and obviously there's the religious ties, but a lot of the sound bites I don't feel like it's like, even if they are quotes from the Bible, it's mainly like things people can resonate with, right?
Sure, it's not a gospel album,
so right? Exactly. So yeah, on the getting old point, like I feel like everybody's path is different, right? So there's a lot of people in hip hop who are doing their thing, and it's easy to get caught up in the comparison thing, right? But I think part of it is looking at your path and just being grateful for the things that you got going on, right? So like, I'm happy for the people that listen to my music or care to watch a video or anything like that, right? So it's like, if I had got everything that I thought I wanted when I was, 18, 19, I probably wouldn't have had the maturity to deal with all those things, right? So you got to look at things with perspective, when you're really looking at it, and be like, man, like, what if you, this is just for reference, right? But if you have 500 people listening to your song, like if you have 500 people in a room, or 500 people who showed up to, an event for you, that's a lot of people. So like, sometimes we minimize the numbers, and we got to look at like things and at least put stuff in perspective. That doesn't mean don't want more, right? But like, I'm appreciative for what I have now, and I'm still working towards where I believe I'll go, right?
Everything matters.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Every little bit matters. I'm glad you mentioned being compared to people, but have you ever felt the strains of feeling like you're compared to anybody or anything? Because I feel like you're very unique in how you do it, especially in Seattle.
Right.
I think you have a very unique voice. I feel like you have a very unique presence.
Thank you.
And that's why I'm so fucking Team Kjahn, because like this needs to be seen and heard. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it.
Do you feel any restraints by being compared to anybody, or just like,
Not even comparison. Well, I think people maybe put me in like a
box.
Yeah, and that's okay. But I also try not to be in the box musically. I feel like project to project, you're gonna get bars from me, and you're gonna get what I hope is quality music, right? But outside of that, I don't want you to always be able to anticipate what the sound is, right?
Yeah.
And so, I don't necessarily feel like the comparison is a constraint. I almost feel like it's the opposite, where it's like, I'm really trying to just do me, and I don't necessarily feel like making music that is trending right now, right? Because there's always a sound that's trending that you you could follow, and that's okay, right? And I think that's good marketing sometimes.
Right.
But I really try to keep away from doing that too much, right? Obviously I want to be experimental and try sounds that I think are challenging myself or making me better as an artist. But outside of that, it's just, I just want to do me,
Sure. Another thing I wanted to ask you, as I was preparing for this interview, and we were talking back and forth, you said to me candidly, you were like, I'm just glad I'm still doing this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and like, I'm just glad that somebody appreciates what I'm doing. It's like, how do you feel about the gratification? Like, you know what I'm saying? Delayed gratification is always a great thing. And it's the same thing with that soundbite. Instant gratification can fuck you off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But how do you feel right now, as far as where you're going? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel good. I feel like as far as my music getting played, like I'm just turned 27 in May, and so
still a young nigga, bro.
But still, at 27, it's like there's a lot of things that you could look at music career wise and kind of question yourself if you wanted to, right?
For sure.
But also, if I look at it at the grand scheme of things, this is probably the point where my music on major platforms is getting played the most, right? So it's like you never know where your trajectory is going to go or when it's your time. I feel like to stay at something is, you're never done until you're finished, right? And you haven't really lost until you quit. So yeah, that's how I feel about it.
For sure. Well, I mean, is there an overall message for the project? If you want to cap that off or just like let it be known? Because I'm excited for people to hear this shit.
Thank you.
It's very consistent. It's very profound, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, very profound. Like you have a message. If it's to yourself or to your audience, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, people should keep faith in what they're doing as long as you feel like in your heart you're doing the right thing. And try to have a message. I feel like try to have not like preachy, but like I feel like it's important for us to speak about our lives, the good and the bad. I think it's cool to make songs that are super positive and that represent that space in life. And then I think it's also good to find the balance, right, and kind of give people all sides of the spectrum. So then that way, I don't know, I feel like that's music I can resonate with more. So, that's what the project is kind of about, is just keeping faith that, your path is your path and you're doing the right thing. I think everyone should do that. I mean, in whatever space they're in.
So what's next? Is there, you want to promote the next single, or is there another project after this you might be working on? I don't know if you want to reveal that one, but like, what's next for Kjahn?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a PR team or nothing, so like, I got a project with Chris P that should be dropping this summer. I don't want to speak for Chris, but you know what I mean. But
you guys are working.
We're working, and it's a good project. Right now, I also have another, like, I got a couple EPs that'll probably come out this summer, and so
you're gonna hit them back to back, really.
Yeah, like this summer will be good for the music for sure. I probably imagine at least 2 or 3 projects on top of this one this summer. And then, I'll probably have something for him before the year ends as well. So, I'm working, man. I'm just trying to stay on top of the music. And, at the end of the day, I'm a rapper. I'm an artist. I'm here to rap. So, like, I'm going to just keep doing that.
Well, I just want to tell you that I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Love you too, fam. Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming through. Just telling people how they can find you, how they can reach you.
My name's Kjahn, KJAHN _ on Instagram, and you can find me on all platforms by my name. And I mean, there's new music coming out all the time, so just look me up every once in a while, and you can probably find something new.
That's right. Look out for Kjahn's project, Preacher Circle. My name is Aaron King, representing the Off Wax Podcast, brought to you by Drip Daily. I'm so grateful that you guys were here with us today. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Shout out to everybody.